What is up, fellas? Loaf me bringing you to my True Artorias series yet again. I'm going to show you the rest of Blight Town, which is out there. But first, there's an item in here I want to get. It's not particularly important because I'm not going to be using dragon weapons at all, but it's a dragon skill, so it's nice to have, I suppose. They are kind of rare, so if I were to ever want to use some sort of dragon weapon, I would want to stock up on them. So it helps out. Before I go out there, I do have the rusted ring equipped, so I will be able to run through all that nonsense without any trouble. There's two things I want to do. Unequip those and replace this with normal purple moss. And we're going to spend a humanity to go, or to reverse the hollow, because there's an invading NPC in this area. The way to bait her is I'm going to walk out here real quick, and then she should be joining us anytime now. She'll respawn in the middle of the swamp, but I'm going to lure her back into here, and then that'll make her much easier to deal with, because... oh, there she is. So she'll make her way over there. Those mosquitoes are what I want to avoid, so I don't want to deal with them and her at the same time. In an earlier episode, I was talking about the butchers being female, and this right here is kind of the proof. This is a female NPC that is dressed like a butcher, and I think that she acts like maybe a butcher in training. And then I mean that's my take on it. That she's going through the process of becoming a butcher or whatever. So easy peasy when you know how to parry. Just like everything else. We'll pick up her humanity and her butcher's knife. Ooh, a little bit of clipping. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to take you over this way. Oh, come on. These guys are pretty tough to hit with this halberd. The one bad thing about the halberd is that it attacks forward in a thrusting motion, so it's hard to hit anything above or below you. So I'm just going to run around them. As you can see, as I walk through this swamp, it increases my poison meter, which is why I have poison moss equipped, but luckily the health damage that I take whenever I'm poisoned isn't that big of a deal. Come over here to pick up the pyromancy set. There, so I'll show you that I'm poisoned and I'm barely losing any health at all, but I have tons of moth, so I'm just going to do that. Now, one thing I want to tell you about these leeches is that they also drop large titanite shards and green titanite. Except for when they drop green titanite, they drop it in batches of 5. So they are actually a much better resource for farming those materials than the slimes up in the depths. The reason being because their drop rate is actually higher. So I will, in a single run through this area, killing all the leeches, I will, in general, acquire more large titanite and more green titanite. See, that guy just dropped green titanite. Or large. I mean, one or the other, I don't know. Until I go over there and get it. Large titanite. Of course, I'll be using that to upgrade my armor. I think I'm gonna be upgrading my boots. See, there's some green. You know, I'll just upgrade this outfit for now. If need be, I will farm off camera to get the material I need to wear a different set. The nice thing about doing these videos is that it's very laid back. I'm not trying to do too many things that are over the top. Wow, that's a ton of green. I'll be set for life. I don't really plan on doing anything too over the top, and I'm kind of doing it casually, so, you know, I'll switch different armor pieces, I'll switch different weapons. I'm actually starting to get a little bored of the halberd, but so far it's the best weapon I have right now, which is why I'm using it, but I could find something else. What is up with this green? One thing I should point out is that, at least according to the drop rate, that guy clipped through the floor. Damn it. And he had some Titanite. That's alright. According to the drop rate, I should be getting more large Titanite than green. Just the way it is. But I'm getting a ton of green Titanite. I don't even need it. I think no drops. We'll pick up the server here. One thing I will say is that I'm not gonna come through this area again and farm. I will do all farming off camera. Trust me, it's pretty boring. I'll probably spend a good half hour down here just resting up on fire and then going back. But I do want to show you one neat trick, or kind of a neat thing. Ooh. That hit harder than I expected, but that's okay. I'm gonna climb this tree for a second. There's more leeches down there, and I'll drop in and say hello in a bit. There's an item in here, the plank shield, which is what Mildred was using to sort of block me with. Alright, for those of you who don't know, there's a secret area here. And behind there, we get to pick this up, which is just Twin Humanities. Also, check this shit out. There's even a secret area behind there. And then this gives you access to a whole nother part of the game. I won't be going down into the Great Hollow quite yet. In fact, I probably won't be doing that until after I get the Lord Vessel, because when I'm down here, I want to be able to have the ability to warp out instead of having to climb all the way back up. But I'll show you, there's a bonfire right here. The neat thing about this bonfire is that it's closer to the leeches than the last bonfire I sat at. So the good thing about that is if you're going to farm the leeches, I would recommend resting at this one. I'm not going to rest at this bonfire because I don't want everything to respawn. But I am going to give you a kind of a taste of how things are here. We're in the Great Hollow, which is the name of the quote-unquote level. But, so we're inside of a giant arch tree. And it's all vertical. So the only way for me to go is down. And that's just kind of how this is set up. It is pretty beautiful in here. And when I do actually do the run for this area... Oh, right, there's a lizard. I'm going to show you exactly like how to farm the lizards in here and get all the Titanite that you need. They won't respawn, so it's not really a farm, but they do drop, I think they have a chance to drop Titanite slabs, which are muy importante, very, very, very important. So I'm going to go back to the bonfire we were first at. And then from there, we're going to fight the area's boss. And I believe we'll have enough time to ring the bell and even fight a second boss. I have an ass ton of souls here, so let us increase endurance. And then now you can see that my stamina bar actually surpasses my health bar, but that's okay. I'm not saying health is the least useful stat, because it definitely isn't. But it's the least useful for me because I don't plan on getting hit that much. I am going to check if wearing Havels allows me to fast roll yet. Nope. But that's okay. We'll put that rusted irony back on. I did want to show you Shiva here. This is where he becomes a merchant.
Strange to meet away from the clan, but while you are here, how about something? I love collecting these things, and you.
We can learn a gesture, the look skyward. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but we have it. I don't think he sells anything that I care about. The Uchi Katana is a really great dex weapon. If you're going to make a dex character, I would highly recommend at least trying the Uchi Katana. It deals bleed damage in addition to having extremely high dex scaling, so it's one of the better dex weapons. Shottle kind of sucks. Nah, don't need anything. He does sell the East Wood Grain Ring, which slows weapon, or slows loss of weapon durability. It's eh. And then his ninja friend is back here. This is where we're going to kill these guys and let them abandon their covenant. Or, let us abandon the covenant that we share with them. The reason being is I want this guy's ring. And I also want to be able to farm the hunters for their souls. Ooh, my goodness. That was a weird time to lose connection to the server, but maybe it puts us in an advantageous spot. Oh! Oh, that's super weird. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me. That's the second episode in a row where I've had frame rate issues, and then it kicked me from online play. I should just play offline. Maybe I'll fix that for future episodes so that doesn't happen again. But I'm not too worried about it. But did they despawn? It doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about it, but just kind of as a refresher, that ninja, if I would have been able to kill him, he drops the wood, or a different kind of ring that allows me to do ninja flips, as long as my equip burden is low enough. Come over here, pick up some large titanite. That reminds me, I forgot to upgrade my armor. Oh well. Up this way is the boss, so that's where we're going. Oh! I almost forgot. Like, you can actually look up and see the sky from here. So what's really neat about this area is it's not technically underground, it's not indoors. It's outside. You can see the sky. And in fact, you can actually see a little bit of, if you see the brick up there, a tiny bit of New Londo, which would mean the bonfire is right over there, and you can kind of see the trees up there as well. So, kind of give it an idea of where we're at. The bonfire at Firelink Shrine, I should say, should be in that general direction. And when I come back through, I'll try to give you a good look at the shanty town, but you can kind of see it from here, kind of how they built this undercity, underneath the aqueducts and underneath the sewers. So you can see a little bit of the architecture there. Very interesting. I think it's really neat. But onward to victory. These guys are gonna throw boulders, but they shouldn't be able to get me as long as I'm serpentine. Yeah. we're doing pretty good. We had a little bit of a mishap with Shiva and his friend, but I'm not too bummed out about that. Oh, one of the cool things I should mention is that if I were to stay in human form, I'm not now because I died, but if I were still in human form, I would actually be able to summon Mildred for this boss fight. Alright, let's do the thing, guys. This is actually a pretty sweet boss intro. I like it. And we see a little bit of Spider Lady boobage there. Convenient placing for the hair. No nipple. This guy, or yeah, this guy, I should say, this chick shouldn't really be that big of a problem. Yeah, I'm used to fighting, I'm used to fighting this bitch at a very low level, just because, I like coming down here early in the game, because I just don't like coming down here too late in the game, because then I have to, everything else is above us, for the most part, so I hate having to come down here and then run all the way back to the top to do the rest of the game, so I try to get this done as early as possible. I wasn't able to do that this playthrough because, ooh, I'm gonna get we almost had her though. That's one bad thing about not being able to roll fast enough. Got caught in that explosion, but that's okay. But since we're here... Oh, I don't have any souls. There we go. I'm gonna upgrade my armor, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. And then I'm gonna put one of those in there, and give the leggings one more. There we go. I still have that ring equipped. I think I'm gonna find a different ring to equip real quick for that fight, because the wooden ring isn't gonna, or the rusted ring I should say, isn't gonna do us a lot of help. Do us a lot of good. It isn't going to help. I swear I got some sort of speech impediment. That drives me crazy. I think that kind of has a little bit to do with the fact that I'm a terrible multitasker, so me playing this game plus trying to comment on it live, it puts a lot of stress on me. And I was asked not too long ago by a buddy of mine, like, why don't you do post? There's two reasons for that. One of them is I prefer live commentary because I like reactions. The second reason being is I'm not really that great at editing, so doing post commentary, I just wouldn't really know how to do it well. I think you guys are getting the best quality by listening to me do what I'm doing this way. I do want to keep an eye on her, because I don't want to get hit with that explosion again. She telegraphs the explosion pretty well. Ooh, that spider's got some sniping power. vomit. There we go. It's usually a good idea to wait until the thing vomits lava to get your strikes in, because as you can see, the wind-up is now pretty slow, which allows you to get into position to attack. And then while it's like just, you know, following through with the attack, it's really vulnerable. Trying to get it to vomit some more. It will vomit more often the closer you are to it. The AI thinks it can like get you, but all you really need to do is strafe. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Ooh, sneak attack. Backing up. I think this is going to be a big vomit. Nope. One more hit should do it. What now? Bring it! And we get the Soul of Quellag. We can use that soul to get one of two really great dex weapons. Either the Witch something or other, a Quellag's Fury Sword, Chaos Sword, or Quellag's Fury Sword. Both really great. I'm not going to use them because I'm not, you know, this build isn't going to be able to use them optimize with them, so I'm probably just going to level up, you know, use it to level up. Here's the second Bell of Awakening. I'll let you guys watch this cutscene because it kind of shows what ringing the Bells of Awakening does. But we did it. We made it to the second Bell of Awakening. We're making the legend come true. We see Sen's Fortress here. This giant here is the second Bell of Awakening. So he opens up the gates. He must have been waiting there a long time, because from my understanding, not very many undead had even made it this far, so... There we go. Now we can go into Sen's Fortress. But before we do that, there's one other boss we can fight that's down here. And when I say fight, I say that with a grain of salt, because we're not going to actually fight him. There's a way to cheese him. But before I do that, I want to show you guys this secret here. There's a whole nother covenant back here with a bonfire, and I want to rest... I'm not going to rest there, because I want to be able to warp out of here.
Oh dear, what have we here? Are you a new servant?
You want to answer yes, or else he won't let you in. So, yes.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady.
So he's referring to, you know, those things that are on his back are quote-unquote eggs, spider eggs. If you get infected, you can actually get infected. You can actually have eggs implanted on you. And when the eggs hatch on you, you can come back here and talk to him, and he'll be, open up as a merchant. We're gonna talk to this bitch right here. She doesn't have much to say, but she is the leader of a covenant. Abandoned former covenant? Yes, if I wasn't already. We get the Great Chaos Fireball Pyromancy just for joining. And then I can offer her humanity. I think if I offer up to 30, I'll get another Pyromancy. But I'm not going to worry about it. That way pretty much leads to nowhere. So we're going to come back out here. and then go fight the Ceaseless Discharge, which I always kind of get a laugh out of the name. It's just Ceaseless Discharge. And to me, it sounds like he needs to get that checked up on. We'll light this bonfire, why not? You can actually kind of see him from here, those wiggling tentacles. That's the boss we're going to go see. And then as we look out over here, it's just lava everywhere, but there's actually a level down there. And I'll give you a better view. You can kind of see like where we can go later in the game, not much later. We're going to go down there. Those steps. There's some stuff down there. And, oh, there's another boss. To help you see, in between the steps and the walkway I'm on, kind of that brown spider-looking thing, that's a boss. And we won't be fighting him until much later. The reason why I want to take on the Ceaseless Discharge right now is that he's super easy to cheese, and we need the souls. We need to start leveling up so that we're ready for the true Great Sword of Artorias. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Woo! Get hyped! Oh man, this is a long run though. This is a little shortcut. If I would have went the left way, it would have led me to the same area you can see over there. But just longer. I don't know why. Now this guy here, he does have some lore, and I'll try to look into it because it's pretty deep with him, but I don't actually know. Like it. I don't know. I kind of forget his lore. But I remember it being super interesting. You can see his legs. He's a big guy. He aggroes as soon as we pick up this thing. So we're going to want to GTFO as soon as this happens. So let's do this. I do want to wait up here because he does this lava spray. And now we can run past him. I don't know if this was intended in the original game, the way that I'm going to cheese him here, but I don't know. It just seems way too deliberate because I think anyone's first instinct when they realize that this guy's going to start attacking is to run. So whoever runs back to the fog gate is going to realize how actual easy this guy is. As a fair warning, I will say that I have never legitimately fought this guy. There's just no reason to. You don't get anything special other than like you get to pat yourself on the back for legitimately like fighting him back there. We're going to let him jump. He lands here. Give him a couple stabberoos. We just want him to let go. That's all we're trying to do. As soon as he lets go of this ledge, he dies instantly. The idea is that he just pretty much falls from his death. Or falls to his death. So he jumps over here and you can get him real easy peasy. And it's just a ton of souls for minimal work. Plus you get an armor set out of it. Sounds like a win-win-win-win-win to me. And then all the lava stops flowing, so we kind of can infer that he was generating the lava, I guess. The armor set. Gold hem set. Worn by the witch Quilana of Izalith, mother of Pyromancy and daughter of Chaos. She wore this gold-hemmed black hood before even the Age of Fire, and that offers strong resistance versus fire, poison, and other perils. That's very interesting. Quilana. If I'm not mistaken, Quilana is the name of the spider woman that we joined the covenant with. I think that's her. Because Quelag is her sister. I think that, I mean, they all have like QU names. So, I don't know. Anyway, guys, at the top of this hill, I'm actually gonna get going. The next time you see me, I'll be back at Firelink Shrine. And before then, I'm going to stay down here and farm a little bit. I don't want you guys to see that. It's super long and boring. Actually, no. I take that back. I'm not going to go back to Firelink Shrine because I want to show you guys how to get out of here. So next time you see me, I'll be at the other bonfire on my way up and getting out of Blight Town. But this has been real. It's been cool. And thank you guys for joining in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.